Hey y'all, it is Dianthia and I'm back with another video. I have a dream that I want to share with you guys again. I had this dream back in July, on the 31st to be exact, and I'm just now releasing it. I got the green light from God to go ahead and release it, and I know it's the perfect time to release this dream. So this dream actually was a vision. So it was a vision that led or ended in a dream. But yeah, like I said, I believe it's the perfect time for me to release it because of everything that's been going on with the whole Diddy arrest and the things that's been going on with Hollywood. Everybody is now talking about human trafficking, child sacrifice, and this dream has a lot to do with all of that. So I think the timing is perfect. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and get into it. So like I said, I had this dream on July 31st, and I woke up. So everything happened. Well, it started off as a vision, like I said, but I woke up around like 6 o'clock. Was it 6 o'clock? Maybe 4 o'clock. Yeah, 4 o'clock in the morning. I woke up because my husband, at that time, he had to wake up really early for work, and so he woke me up as he was getting up for work. And I was like, as I was in the bed, I just could not fall back to sleep, and Coco had woke up too. So this is not the dream, by the way. I'm just trying to like lure y'all in and show you like how I went into this vision that ended in a dream. But yeah, so when my husband woke me up, he also woke Coco up, but we were both laying there. And because Coco was in the bed with me as my husband was getting ready, and we just could not go back to sleep. But at some point, I'll probably say maybe like an hour after we were up, Coco was finally able to go back to sleep maybe. But me, like, I was just sitting in bed. I'm just like, yeah, I'm not going to be able to go back to sleep. I might as well stay up until it's time for me, to start work. Since I work from home. So I was like, I might as well just stay up and, But yeah, so I was laying in bed. And as I was laying in bed, I had my eyes shut. And I was hoping that I was going to fall asleep. But I didn't. All of a sudden, the Lord took me into a vision. And I got notes, by the way. I actually wrote these notes that morning, like after everything happened, because the Holy Spirit was just like, you have to write it down. And so these are the same notes that I got. So if you guys see me like looking down, I'm reading from the notes. So I said, I still felt awake. Yeah, I still felt awake. Wait, let me skip that part actually. Sorry. So single. Okay, so I went into this vision. So in the vision, the first thing I saw, I wrote in my notes, was that I was seeing water, not sure if I was on a boat or plane. So at the beginning of this vision, I was in some type of transportation. I couldn't really tell. I couldn't really tell if I was like in a boat or if I was in a plane. It's weird. I just know that I was in something that was either above a body of water or on a body of water. But to be honest, whatever I was on the inside of, it really wasn't my focal point at the beginning of this vision. I just remember looking out the window and just seeing a big body of water, which actually felt close. And I crashed. I remember, I crashed, I think. So after noticing the water, all of a sudden in the vision, I appeared on like a piece of big metal, right, that was in the water, and it was floating. And I believe that at some point, whatever I was in, whether it was a ship or an airplane, I crashed. And that part, I don't remember the crash at all. But I was floating on, like I said, on top of a metal thing. And as I was floating, I noticed like some sea animals that was like circling me. And when I say sea animals, like sharks, they were circling the big piece of metal thing that was a part of the plane or ship, whatever it was. But yeah, they were circling it because it was like they could smell my blood. And so as I was watching them circling me, that's when I saw like a helicopter in the sky, and the helicopter was coming more so towards me. It was like they knew that I was there and it was coming to rescue me. And so the helicopter came closer, to where I was, and they let down the ladder. I think that's what it's called. The thing. Yeah, it's a ladder. I guess the helicopter ladder. That's what we're gonna call it. So they let down the ladder for me to like get on or jump on so I could come up. And so I saw the ladder, and then I started to climb on the helicopter ladder. And once the helicopter realized that I was on the ladder, that's when the plane or the helicopter started to like get higher in the sky. And I remember, like, as the helicopter was getting higher in the sky, one of the sharks that was in the water actually jumped up to try to get me. I don't know if sharks can actually jump out of water. I know dolphins can, I believe. Dolphins, I think they can like jump out of the water, but I don't know if a shark can do that. But one of the sharks actually jumped out of the water to try to grab my leg, but I was too high, like it couldn't reach me at all. So I remember just hanging on to this ladder, but I couldn't really see who was in the helicopter at all. Like, I remember looking up, but I couldn't see like if it was a person, like I couldn't see who it was. But I mean, at no point in this vision I ended up in a helicopter. But at one point, well, fast forward to the next part. At one point, I saw an island. So I'm still holding on to this ladder, the helicopter flying me, right? And I see an island, like a vacant island. And the island was surrounded by beautiful water, like very beautiful blue, clear water. And it was secluded. Like nothing else was, by this island, no other island, nothing but water. And honestly, I don't even remember seeing a building or like a little nothing but trees and greenery on this island. It was literally just looked vacant. But all of a sudden, I felt my body. So as I'm like looking at the island, I all of a sudden felt like my body falling to the ground, like I was about to land on the ground of the island. So I had on a parachute. It was like a parachute just randomly appeared on me, right? And as I'm like looking down while I'm falling, I could see my feet. Right? I could see my feet about to land to the ground, but I couldn't see the parachute. I didn't feel the parachute. I just knew I had a parachute on me in the dream. But yeah, I could see my feet, and all of a sudden my feet land. And so I didn't see myself. Let me say this. I did not see myself land on the actual ground. When I landed in like a dark theater. It's crazy. So once my feet hit a ground, it was in a room that I knew was on the island, but it was like a very dark theater. All right, so now I'm in a dark theater. I'm still having a vision, guys. I'm still in a vision at this part. So I'm in a theater, and I noticed that there were two benches. So the bench seats. I noticed that there were two benches. So there was one bench. It was one bench in the back, and then there was another bench that was in the front of the first bench that was closer to me. So on the first bench, I saw a little boy, but for whatever reason, instead of me going to the little boy, I decided to sit down at the first bench that was closer to me. And when I sat down, I actually felt somebody sit to the right of me on that same bench. And I don't know how this person looked, but I knew that it was a presence. And the person that was to the right that sat next to me, they didn't seem threatening at all. And I know that it was a man. I felt like, I kind of was looking to the right of my eye, and I saw like a man, but I can't say what he looked like. I can't describe him or anything, but I know that it was a man, and he felt safe, at least to me. And we're sitting at the bench together, and I noticed this little boy, and like I said, we're in a room, a very dark theater. There's like a very small like ounce of light for lack of better terms. So there was a small ounce of light that was shining from somewhere. I don't know, but it was a dull light, I'll say. Very dull light in this very dark theater. that I saw. So I was able to see the little boy a little bit because of the light, but I could only see him from the back. Let me say that. I could only see him from the back. But anyway, so as I sat down, person to the right of me, I hear a noise, like a voice, like it was somebody that was to the left of me. And I couldn't even really like interpret or understand what the person or whatever it was that was in my left ear was saying. It was like noises that didn't make any sense, but I was so confused. But I noticed, like, as I'm hearing this noise, I still noticed the little boy in front of me, and he's like I said, I could only see the back of his head, but he had like his legs crossed and his arms like this, and he was looking down like he was so scared. And I noticed the little boy's hair. I do want to say it looked like he could have been maybe white or Hispanic, anything outside of black, because of the texture of his hair. But yeah, I just wanted to say that. But anyway, so I noticed that he looked scared, and so I decided to get up because I wanted the little boy to know, look, I'm here. I don't know where we at, but I'm here. You're safe. And it felt like I was kind of going up to him to kind of let him know that I'm here to rescue him. That is at least what I felt in this vision. So as I'm walking up to him, that same noise that was in my ear was still speaking, but it didn't make sense. And it started to get so demonic as I was getting closer to the boy. I realized that the voice that I was hearing was very demonic, very demonic. And I was about to, so as I got closer to the boy, I was about to take my right hand and touch him. And when I was about to touch him, that noise, even though I didn't really understand what it said, I can interpret that the voice that was in my ear, the noise that was in my ear, was pretty much telling me to kill the boy, to sacrifice the boy. I heard death. That's what I heard. I heard death. And I just knew it was the money. And so once I heard that, I started to rebuke it. And this is the point where I knew that I fell into a dream. I fell asleep. I knew at this point that I was no longer in my vision. I fell asleep. Because once I started to rebuking this voice, I ended up back in my room. Okay? And I knew that I was asleep. So I'm back in my room in this next scene, which is now a dream. And I could see my body. I could see my body laying down, and I can also see my baby right beside me. So I can literally see everything that we had on that morning when I first went to, that morning when I first went into the vision. I could see like how we fell asleep, what we looked like, all in the dream. And I was just like, yeah, I'm asleep now. This is no longer the vision. This is sleep. So after I saw myself, all of a sudden in the dream, I'm back as myself in the bed, and I open my eyes in the dream and I look at my baby. And when I looked at my baby, I realized that I could not move. And at that point, I knew that I was under a demonic attack in my sleep. So I was trying to do whatever I can to like move, but I couldn't move. So I was like, okay, I'm going to scream. Maybe if I scream or if I yell something, like I can wake Coco up. And I'm thinking this in a dream. Maybe I can wake Coco up, and if I wake her up, and she can like cry, and then I'll be able to wake up. But I wasn't able to do any of that at all. And so all I knew to do, because I have had what do they call it? Sleep paralysis. I've had that happen to me a few times, and I knew the only thing that worked was calling on the name of Jesus. So in the dream, I said, I'm going to call on the name of Jesus, after I realized that I could not yell or anything. But I was saying, Jesus, 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 and nothing was working. Like, that wasn't even working. And so at some point, I was finally able to actually get up and move. But as I got up, I was trying to go to the light, like to go and turn the light on, right? So as I was like moving and walking, it felt like something was pulling me down, like gravity was pulling me down. So I was having a very hard time walking. So I was trying to walk to the lamp, but I realized, okay, the lamp light is too dim. I need to turn on a very big light. And so I'm struggling to walk because, like I said, it feels like gravity is pulling me down. But I'm also starting to struggle to breathe. Like, I could barely breathe. And I finally got to the light switch. And I was able to turn the light on. But as soon as I hit the light switch, the light turned on and the light bulbs just blew. And I was so confused. I was like, oh my God, like, what is going on? Because like I said, I'm aware that I'm in the dream under a demonic attack. All of a sudden, after the lights blew, I felt a demonic presence that came into the room. And it was so dark. It was so dark. And all of a sudden, after I felt the presence come, I heard a growl. And the noise that I heard, like, I can honestly hear it right now. It was the most demonic, satanic noise I've ever heard in my entire life. I've never heard anything like that. But once I heard it, I realized in the dream that whether it was the devil or the demon, whatever, I know it was demonic. That entity was angry because of what I saw. I was not supposed to have seen what I saw in my vision. And not only that, because I did not get into agreement with it, when it told me, to kill the little boy, it was mad. It was very mad at me. So yeah, at that point, after I realized, this thing is mad at me, that's when I woke up. And everything that I just described to you, it probably happened within 5 to 10 minutes. Like, for me, having the vision to going into a dream, it did not take a long time. Like, it happened within 5 to 10 minutes. But I woke up and I was struggling to breathe, just like I was in the dream. Like, I was struggling to breathe. I kind of woke up out of breath, and I also woke up with a lot of fear, and it was crazy, y'all. I had to pray. I was like, no, the Lord did not give me the spirit of fear, and I had to pray and rebuke everything. But yeah, so that was the dream / vision that the Lord gave me. I've been talking to my husband a lot about this whole thing with the vision and dreaming. I've also been praying about it, and like I shared with you guys at the beginning, there's a lot that's going on. There's a lot that we don't know about when it comes to human trafficking, when it comes to child sacrifice, human sacrifice. Even when it comes to Hollywood and the elites, there's a lot that's going on that we don't know. And there's, places that we don't know about. Like, for instance, Jeffrey Epstein Island. I don't know if you guys were ever aware of the island, but I was not until people started talking about it. And so the simple fact that I went to an island, like the Lord showed me an island, in this dream, just shows there's just so many places where these people have been doing wicked, evil stuff at. And then, there's also talks of the tunnels. Like, there are tunnels. But I don't know. I feel like the Lord took me there to show me that there's so many places, so many things that have not been discovered yet. And it's not easy to get to those places, because I went through a lot just to get to that island. Like, I was on a plane or a ship on some type of transportation thingy, right? In the beginning, I crashed. And not only that, once I crashed, I had to get a helicopter had to come get me just to take me there, which I believe the helicopter was the Lord. It was the Lord rescuing me from, the crash. But yeah, it's not that easy to get to these places, and I have heard that it's not really easy to get to the tunnels either. But I just wanted to share this with you guys, because so much is going to come out. Like, so much a lot has already came out, but I feel like a lot of more things are going to come out that we are not ready for. I don't even think I'm ready for it. I've been aware of MK Ultra, mind control. I've been aware of human trafficking. I've been aware of, the child sacrifice things for a while, since 2020. I went down a rabbit hole. The Lord started to reveal these things to me, but I don't even think that I can even grasp or I'm not even ready for the things that I don't even know. So much is coming out now, and I know more is going to come out, especially since Diddy has been arrested. People are fleeing the country. The people that were involved with them, you know, it's a lot. And I just wanted to share this with you guys because I think we should pray. We should really, really be praying. You know, I really want everything that is happening, all the wickedness, I want it to be exposed. I really do. And I want it to be exposed. But I also want the people that are doing these things to repent. You know, I really do. I know justice, yes, justice is more than likely going to be is going to be given on earth. You know, we see Diddy is in jail. Hopefully he stay there. I don't know, but you know, it's not the earthly justice that we should worry about, you know, for these people. It's the afterlife, right? So we should really be praying, you know, for everything to be exposed and for justice to happen, but we should also pray for the salvation of these people that are involved. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. And if you have anything that you want to share with me, anything extra that you got from this, I can honestly talk about so much, but we're already, you know, into like 20 something minutes. But yeah, if you have anything you want to share or want to add, comment, let me know what you think. But yeah, it is time for us to pray. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see y'all next time.